Aloha, everyone. I want to start by introducing myself. My name is Jamaica, and I am a distributor with Young Living Essential Oils. I just want to share a little bit about what got me started with my journey into the essential oil world. I just got started about a year and a half ago, and honestly, the last thing in the world I thought I would be doing is teaching other people about essential oils. The day I signed up, I even told my sponsor that I would not be selling these to anybody, so don't ask me to. But I did let her know if they worked, I would absolutely share it with my friends and family. For me, what brought me to the oils journey was I was not the most on board when it came to natural stuff. I just really didn't believe that they really worked. I had a few people even introduce me to essential oils previously to getting started, and I just kind of blew it off and thought, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then what happened is I became very ill. And that got me doing a lot of research into different side effects and things that were in medications I was using. And it got me really looking at my overall health and what I was doing to my body and the things I was putting in, on, and around. And it got me to decide to take a look at maybe the essential oils would be something I could use to help support my health and help my overall health. So that's what I did. I went ahead and got started with the oils, and I experienced such amazing results, guys, that it was mind blowing to me. Not only me, but my fiance, my children, my brothers and sisters, my mother. I have every single person in my family using essential oils now. And why are they using them? Because they work. They work. That's all there is to it. And so that's why I have such a passion now to share this information, because as I started learning more things, it blew my mind that these things are allowed. The toxins and the chemicals and things are allowed out there. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So thank you guys for joining me, and let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, why is my, there we go. So why be toxic free? Is it really that big of a deal? So for me, when I started learning these statistics, guys, it absolutely became a very big deal. I have a huge history of cancer in my family. I've lost several people to cancer. I've always been a big supporter of the American Cancer Society because I hate cancer. The number two cause of death in the United States is cancer. 1,600 people every day die from cancer. This is what blew my mind, though, when I discovered this. The American Cancer Society estimates that between 5 to 10% of all cancers are caused from a gene defect. So what that means is no matter what, that person would have got cancer because it came through the line, the family line, right? The gene. So that means, though, there's 90 to 95% of the cancers that are out there are things that we're putting in, on, and around our bodies that are causing this cancer. A lot of these things we have control over. A lot of these things are caused from things that we're actually bringing into our houses and cleaning our houses with, and they're known to be toxic. They're known to cause cancers. A lot of these things are banned in other countries, but for some reason they're allowed here, and they're not even talked about. They're the silent killers in our homes, and we have no idea. A lot of these things are in our air fresheners, those candles that we burn to make things smell good in the house. They smell great. The plugins, oh, it smells so good. They're literally loaded with toxins that are known to be cancer causing. Our cleaning products, guys, our beauty supplies, things like our shampoos, our makeup, our skincare, and the absolute worst offender, number one offender, is our laundry soap and our fabric softeners. And guys, our skin is the largest organ on our body. Everything we put up against our skin absorbs right into our body, okay? So we're using these toxic chemicals on our laundry soap and our fabric softener, and then we're sleeping in our sheets, and we're getting out of the shower from a nice clean shower, and we're putting these toxins on our body. It just doesn't make any sense, right? They estimate that the air quality inside the home is actually 5 to 7 times more toxic in the average home than it is outdoors. And a lot of this is due to the unregulated amounts of formaldehyde that they allow in our cleaning products. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So what happens when our body experiences a chemical overload? A lot of us, sadly, we do see things as catastrophic as cancer. But most of us feel it before that, way before it gets to that. And we feel it in ways like lethargy, inability to focus, sleep trouble, chronic inflammation, unexplained pain, skin issues, hot flashes, any kind of fear and anxieties that we have. These are all side effects and symptoms from our bodies having a chemical overload, these toxins in our bodies. So that's why it's so important for us to really start taking a look at what we're putting in, on, and around our bodies. So what is an essential oil? Why are essential oils so awesome? What makes them so fabulous? They're actually the most powerful part of the plant. Essential oils are distilled from shrubs, flowers, trees, bushes, fruits, rinds, resins, herbs. And essential oils contain over 100 different natural organic compounds that are beneficial and help support our bodies. Where in our bodies? What in our bodies? They literally can help support every single system we have. They support our skeletal system, our muscular, our circulatory, our endocrine, our respiratory, our immune systems. They can help us to have a balanced hormones. They can help healthy brain function, healthy weight. They can help us to balance our emotions. They can help connect spiritually. They overall support our entire bodies. They can help us to debunk the stress. We all would love to be able to do that, right? It's amazing, you guys, what a diffuser burning with a little bit of like stress away, or lavender going in the daytime when the kid comes home from school and they've had a rough day, or husband, or you've come home in the door and you guys have just had a really rough day, it's been stressful. You put a little stress away or lavender on the diffuser, and it is amazing how quickly it can just turn the entire atmosphere around and balance those emotions and relieve that stress. They can also help us to have a chemical-free home, guys. We literally could start swapping out every single chemical cleaner that's toxic in your home for something that's pure. And the cool part with Young Living is we can do this without breaking the bank. They've created a cleaner called the Thieves Cleaner, you guys. I use this on everything. It comes in a concentrate form. It's a plant-based cleaner. It's not toxic. It's all organic and natural and good. It's infused with essential oils. And the cool thing is this is about $1.50 a bottle when you break it down and you make your cleaners. It's fabulous. So it can be a little bit overwhelming, right? There are 300 different essential oils on the earth. So that can be overwhelming. Like how do we know what we need and how, what, when, why, right? Here's the good news, guys. We really literally only need between 10 to 20 different essential oils. On your shelf is going to be a really good start, a good kit, and it's pretty much going to cover pretty much anything you're going to need an essential oil for, okay? So how do we apply oils? Let's talk a little bit about how these work. Okay, the good news is you don't have to be an aromatherapist. I meet so many people who are afraid to use the oils. You don't need to be afraid of them. Excuse me. There are 3 different ways that we can get essential oils into our system. One, we can apply them topically. That's where you just rub them right into the skin. That's how the English apply them. The French actually will ingest them, and the Germans can diffuse or inhale with them. This could actually be a very effective way because it doesn't have to pass through our digestive system that way. And how do they work? How do they get in our system? Well, tests have actually shown that an essential oil can reach your heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds from being inhaled. And as you can see right here in this little picture we've got up, it's the only way to get to the limbic part of our brain is through the nasal system. So that's a great way to get the essential oils in there. It's just literally inhaling them. They're also found in the bloodstream within 26 seconds when we apply them topically. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind too, guys. Again, when we think about, if an essential oil can get into our skin and our body that quickly, how quickly can those toxins and nasty things get in there too? That's why we got to really look at what we're putting on our bodies and around our bodies. How long do they last? Expulsion of an essential oil takes place in about 3 to 6 hours within a normal, healthy body. So let's talk a little bit about history. I have so many people come to me and say, Jamaica, what is the deal? Everybody's on board with essential oils. It's just the latest fad. And you guys, the truth is this is not a fad. This has been around for thousands and thousands of years. Since the beginning of time, essential oils have been around. They're actually first mentioned in the Bible book of Genesis, chapter 37. When the slave traders took Joseph, they were carrying spices, balm, and myrrh. Joseph's father himself was anointed with myrrh at his burial. And we know Jesus was given frankincense, myrrh, and gold at his birth, and he was given myrrh at his death. Oils are mentioned over 1,100 times directly or indirectly in Scripture. And we actually have proof that the oldest cultures we know, the Egyptians, the Mayans, they were all using essential oils. It was only until after World War II that essential oils really kind of resurfaced in society again, though. And the really cool part nowadays, though, is we have science that backs this up. So before, back in the day, 2,000 years ago, they just knew that it worked, but today we have proof of it. So how amazing is that? So let's talk a little bit about the differences. There are a lot of different essential oils out there. Excuse me. How do we know what to get, what, when, where, right? Well, in the essential oils world, there is a grading system. There's a grade A, a grade B, a grade C, and a grade D. Grade A is your therapeutic grade. This is made from organically grown plants and distilled at low temperatures, okay? A grade B is considered a food grade, and it can contain synthetics, pesticides, fertilizers, chemicals, and extenders, and carrier oils. A grade C often contains adulterated chemicals, solvents, and they do that so that they can get a higher yield out of the oils. A lot of these solvents, unfortunately, though, are known to be cancer-causing. And unfortunately, that's what you find in a lot of your stores. So there's your difference when you're going to get a $5 bottle and a $20 bottle of oil. That gives you kind of an idea, okay, of how they processed it, why they can give it to you cheaper. There's a reason. And then there's aromatic only, and this is a byproduct of the grade A distillation. This is after the oil's pulled out, and it's the floral water basically left over. But it contains 5% of the bottle, the oil still, so they can actually label that as pure. So that's the really interesting thing to me. Here in the United States, the FDA's regulations regulate that in order for a bottle of essential oil to be labeled therapeutic or pure, it only needs to contain 5% of essential oil. The rest of it can be a filler oil, or it can be, some of it is alcohol, whatever they want to fill it up with. It can have, as long as it has the 5%. So that's why it's so important to really know where your oils are coming from, the company you're using. That's why I choose Young Living. I did some research before I did get started with the essential oils, because that was my question. If I'm going to start getting these toxins out of my life, I want to make sure I'm getting them completely out of my life. It doesn't make sense for me to try to eliminate toxins and then use an essential oil that potentially could have toxins in it, right? So Seed to Seal, Young Living has what's called the Seed to Seal Promise. And what that is we own and operate all of our, Young Living owns and operates all of their own farms, or they lease. So that means they're in control from the soil to the oil of everything that goes into that plant. Young Living is a grade A, therapeutic grade essential oil, okay? That means that the plants are hand weeded. It means that they don't use any pesticides. There's no chemicals, there's no weed killers. They harvest at the peak time. This is very crucial, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here in a little bit. They have a vigorous testing process. This was something else. In the United States, there's a 3-point testing system. I believe it was 3 points. Sorry, I'm not 100%, but 3-point testing system. Young Living has an 8-point testing system that they've created for themselves that they use. And they use this testing system 3 different times. So that means that oil is literally tested 24 times before it comes to your door. The other thing I love about this company is on the side of every single bottle, there's a lot number. You can call Young Living and you can ask them about that lot number, and they'll tell you the date that it was planted, exactly when, where, how, and why that oil came. It's amazing. And that started all the way back to the very first bottle of oil that Gary Young produced. And so we can go back, literally we could have a 30-year-old bottle and we would know every single bit about an essential oil. Another thing, an essential oil should never, ever, ever go bad, guys. So it should never have an expiration date. If it's a pure, unadulterated, nothing messing with it essential oil, it should never have an expiration date on it. Okay, so the Seeds to Seal promise, it's not a slogan, it really is a promise. And I highly recommend people to do their own research. Don't take my word for it. Go to seedtoseal.com and learn more about the process. So let's talk a little bit about how the essential oils are made. This was something else that absolutely blew my mind when I started learning more, because I always had peppermint, and peppermint's one of the oils that absolutely works amazing for me in so many ways. So I thought maybe I could make my own peppermint. I started doing some research, and it's not as easy as I thought it would be. It takes a whole lot of work to get just a tiny, tiny little bit of essential oil. So here's some great examples. 60,000 rose blossoms will provide 1 ounce of rose oil. So rose oil is an expensive oil. But on the flip side of that, lavender is super abundant. 220 pounds will provide 7 pounds of oil. So that's pretty amazing. So lavender is actually one of the least expensive oils that we have out there. Jasmine. This is amazing, you guys. Jasmine, it takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms, okay, 8 million, to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. Here's the kicker, guys. When I talked about that being picked at their peak, in order for jasmine to yield the absolute highest frequency it can in the oil, those blossoms have to be picked on the very first day they open, and it has to be picked before the sun gets hot. Young Living has that kind of manpower. They have scientists out in the fields waiting, people watching literally every 20 minutes, every minute out there watching when they open. They're all hands on deck picking. It's absolutely amazing. And it's no wonder why jasmine is one of the most expensive oils in the world. You can understand why. Another really cool thing is sandalwood. Sandalwood trees need to be 30 years old and 30 feet tall, and they have to be at least 90% dead before Young Living will harvest them. So it's pretty amazing how meticulous Young Living really is with how they farm and get their products and take care of their plants. It's just absolutely amazing. Good news is a little tiny bit goes a really long ways, guys. So most oils cost between $10 to $30 a bottle. They're sold in 2 different sizes. There's 5 milliliters and 15 milliliters. A 5 milliliter has about 90 applications. A 15 milliliter has about 250 applications. So, and then when I was talking to you guys about earlier, our Thieves Cleaner, it comes with about 30 applications. It's about $1.50 a bottle, guys. It's amazing. So are essential oils safe for us to use? Are all essential oils safe to use? Certain oils can be photosensitive, so you want to be careful if you're going to go outside. These are going to be things like your lemon, grapefruit, a lot of your citrus oils. Whenever we're using it directly on the skin, you always want to watch out for any kind of redness or irritation. And it is a good idea to dilute your oils with a carrier. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in just a few minutes. Always want to dilute essential oils when we're putting them on our children. Their skin is much more sensitive and things absorb much more quickly to their skin. So definitely want to dilute them for them. And we always want to be cautious when we're using anything close to our eyes, right, guys? So for example, a peppermint is a hot oil, hot and cooling, but I accidentally got some close to my eye, you know, and it was burning in my eye. Good news is just a little bit carrier oil took it away. So you always just want to be careful not to use it close to around the eyes, but it's not going to hurt your eyes. I didn't have to go to poison control or anything like that. I just used a little carrier oil, took the burn away, and I was fine. And we can use them. Are they safe to use internally? We're going to talk a little bit about that now. Yes, essential oils are safe to use internally. And here's a really cool thing Young Living has done. They have created a line of essential oils that's called the Vitality line, and then they have their regular line. Their Vitality line is this one here where you see the white bottle, this one here. This Vitality line is labeled, created Vitality line distinctively labeled so you can easily recognize which oils are safe to take internally, generally regarded as safe. Okay, so any single essential oil you see with the white label labeled Vitality, you automatically know it's safe to take internally. That's what it's there for. And then you can see Young Living has this lavender here, and it's actually labeled topically for topical and diffusing with. So what's the difference in those two oils? The truth of it is, guys, there's absolutely no difference. Those are the exact same oil in both those bottles, but the labels are different on the outside. And the reason for that being the FDA's regulations. In order for an essential oil to be regarded as safe to take internally, it cannot be labeled as being able to use it topically and aromatically. It has to be separate. So Young Living has done the beautiful thing of creating us this line of Vitality so that we know we can take it internally. We know that it's safe. It's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the carrier oil. What is a carrier oil? A carrier oil is a fatty-like oil its molecules are larger than the essential oil. So these are going to be things like your olive oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, any of those. And the reason we want to use essential oils is they actually can really make, the reason we want to use a carrier oil is they can make our essential oils go farther. What happens is the molecules in the carrier oil, because they are more fatty, the essential oil can cling to that fat, and it helps it to absorb into the skin a little bit slower, and it keeps it from evaporating into the air a little bit faster. So it is kind of a really good idea to use a carrier oil, although I use a lot of my oils just straight too. So let's think about this, guys. The average woman applies over 300 chemicals a day to her body, and most of these are through our soaps, our makeup, our hair supplies, and our cleaning products. 80% of these are applied before breakfast. So I challenge you guys to go into your bathrooms, go into your kitchens. I want you to go look at your products. There's an app called Think Dirty. I challenge you to go download that app. And what it does is it allows you to scan things that are in your house, and it tells you what the safety rating is on it. If you don't want to download the app, that's fine. I challenge you to go in there, pick your favorite dish soap, pick your favorite laundry soap, your favorite face cleaner. Beware, you might not want to pick your very favorites because you're not going to probably like what you're seeing. But go look at the back and look at some of the ingredients and just type in some of the ingredients and what are the side effects of using, or just simply type in what are the side effects of using that product and see what comes up. I think you guys might really be surprised at some of the things that are going on in your own homes and you're not even aware of, because I use this app and it blew my mind. The really cool thing about Young Living, though, is all of our ingredients have one thing. So a lemon oil is nothing else in there but lemon. Orange, nothing but orange. Tangerine, nothing but tangerine. There's no additives. There's no yuckies in there, guys. They're pure. So how do we get started? What essential oils do we need in our homes to build that really good kit? So we talked a little bit earlier. I said between 10 to 20 oils to build the kit. We're going to talk about the top 11 oils. If you have these top 11 oils in your house, you're pretty much got an awesome kit started. It's going to cover almost everything you need. So frankincense, number one, again, given to Jesus at his birth. It's our number one skin oil. It helps promote smooth appearance of the skin. It's actually our number one ingredient in our brain power. So it helps promote healthy brain function, guys. It's great to diffuse with in prayer time. It's very grounding. Peppermint helps to support our entire gastrointestinal comfort. It promotes healthy bowel function, enhances healthy gut function, helps maintain efficiency of the digestive tract. This is also a fabulous oil for athletes. Peppermint can help carry oxygen to the bloodstream. So a lot of athletes will use peppermint before they do their workouts to give them more strength and more stamina. There's studies proving that these give them more strength and stamina. It's fabulous. Lavender. Lavender is the oil of relaxation, guys. Diffused for nice calming effect. It's great at bath time. You can drop a couple of drops. We're going to talk about there's some little dryer balls you can get instead of using those toxic air fresheners that your toxic dryer sheets. You can get an all natural wool ball They're like $1.50 on Amazon, and you do a couple of drops in that, and they're reusable over and over, and it replaces that toxic fabric softener that you're using in your home. It's one of the top healthy skin oils as well. Purification, guys. This is the defunk oil. If you have funky smells, funky odors, I have a house full of boys, dogs, animals. Purification is absolutely one of my favorites. This is great to diffuse with. It helps to eliminate the odors in the air. It's great for moisturizing the skin. And you guys, this one is awesome for outdoors. I'm a big outdoors person. One of the #1 oils in this is a blend of different oils. This one has, where's my brain? Citronella, sorry, has citronella in it, which help keep the bugs away, and it smells really good. I love making little misters before we go out, especially in the summertime. Not so much right now, but summertime it's fabulous. Thieves, guys, this is the best oil on the planet, in my opinion. The history behind Thieves is back in the back in the 15th century when the Black Plague hit. There were 4 thieves going around robbing graves, and they weren't getting sick. They finally were caught, and when they were, the king questioned them and offered them a exchange for their secrets in order to save their lives. And of course, they jumped on it, and it turned out that these men had worked at apothecaries their whole life, and they knew a recipe of different herbs that they were putting in a mask, and they were wrapping their face with the mask, and then they were going out, and they weren't being affected by the plague. Fast forward to today's modern day. Go online, do your own research. Just type in research done on thieves. It'll absolutely blow your mind what this oil can do for you. It can help support our immune systems. It can help clean our entire houses. It's absolutely, everyone needs to have thieves in their house, in my opinion. Stress away, another absolute, this is our #1 emotional balancing oil, guys. This is another blend that is made to promote exactly what it says. Just help to relax, take the stress away. I suffer from really bad anxiety, and this is one that I carry with me at all times. I carry this especially in the car. That's one of my biggest anxiety places. I get so stressed out driving. I will pull this out and literally have this sniffing. I'll drop it in my hands. I rub it on my ears, my face. I always have this oil with me. It's fabulous. Lemon, guys. Lemon is a citrus flavor. It can help to enhance our water. It's great for helping to detoxify the body. It's our #1 ingredient in the Thieves cleaners, in the Thieves oil. Also, it's the #1 in our Ningxia Red. It can help support a healthy immune system, guys. Copaiba, or Copiba, I probably pronounce this one wrong all the time, but pronouncing it wrong or not, this is the most amazing oil. This oil literally supports every single system in our body, you guys. My fiance has really bad discomfort in his joints and his body. This is the #1 oil he uses for this discomfort, and it helps remarkable. It just promotes overall wellness, period. It's also another really great for the skin. Panaway, this one's fabulous to apply after exercise. It helps to smooth out the skin. It's got a really stimulating aroma, wintergreen and spearmint to it. Peppermint, it helps carry oxygen like we talked about before, to those achy muscles and things that are happening in the body after we work out. And it's another one to help promote healthy skin when you have discoloration. It has helichrysum in it, which is another #1 healing oil. And it helps to that overall appearance of smooth, and if there's any discoloration, it will clear that out for you. Digest. This is my saving grace oil, you guys. Absolute top oil for supporting our digestive systems. You literally could take a couple of drops, drop it into some water with some peppermint. One way that I do it is I actually will put honey in my cup first. I do a couple of drops of oil into that honey and mix it up, because that is a fattier molecule than the essential oil, so it clings to it. And then when I add my water to it, it makes a yummy, perfect tea, and not all the oil stays on top. It actually goes through the water, because water and oil don't normally mix. But because I'm adding it to that other molecule, it stirs right into the water, and it's fabulous. Another great way to do it is in a veggie cap. I suffer from a lot of intestinal issues, and this is my number one oil. I will take this in a veggie cap before, after meals. I'll do a couple drops under my tongue, or I literally will just drop it directly onto my stomach and rub it in, and it helps. Anytime I'm bloated, have any kind of discomfort going on in my tummy, I go straight to this, and it helps me every single time. It's fabulous. RC is another one that I do use on a very regular basis. This supports our respiratory system. It says exactly what it says. You can rub it right onto the chest. We can rub it onto the bottom of the feet. This has got 3 different eucalyptuses in it, guys. It really helps our overall breathing. I suffer from a lot of chest discomforts, breathing discomforts at times, and this has been one that's absolutely just, again, saved me. It saved my bacon. I used it this summer. We had fires all summer here in Oregon, and some days you couldn't even hardly see outside, and I used this all the time, and it kept me from having to use anything else. It was fabulous. So why do we want to use oils, guys? Because every single oil that we're using is going to be a chemical that you're not using. It's one less toxic thing that we're going to have in our homes. We need to have them in our house as part of a simple chemical-free lifestyle. It's time to kick the chemicals to the curb, guys. We literally are the only ones that can control what comes across the thresholds of our home. So how do we get started? It's really simple. I got started, and this is what I recommend for everyone, is you start with the starter kit. It's the only thing on Young Living's website that's half off. And when we break it down, we can't even get them this cheap in the grocery stores, guys. The kit comes with the 11 oils that we just talked about tonight. It comes with your choice of a home diffuser. You get 2 different choices, and then there's a couple other choices if you even want to upgrade them, which are fabulous. It comes with some small bottles that you can share with your friends and family. Encourage you to share. Let me tell you guys a little secret. Like I said, I never thought I would be out here sharing with this like I am with you guys. But once you start experiencing the results in your life, it's really hard not to share. When you know somebody is experiencing some discomforts and you have something that can help them with that, you want to share. So the cool thing, they're going to give you those bottles, and you can share with your friends and family. They're going to come with a couple of samples of the Ningxia Red that we talked about a little bit, with the thieves and the lemon. That's a fabulous, guys, overall highest antioxidant known to mankind, the wolfberry. And this is a drink made with the wolfberry infused with essential oils to help support an overall healthy system, and it's fabulous. The cool thing with this too, guys, once you get the starter, premium starter kit, is this is going to get you a lifetime wholesale membership. This is what's really, really, really cool. That means from then on, for the rest of your life, every single oil you get is 24% off. In order to maintain that membership, the only thing you have to do is spend $50 within a calendar year on any oils that you select. There's never any kind of membership fee. There's never a monthly fee. That literally would be like purchasing 2 bottles of those thieves cleaners that we talked about, and that would be your whole membership. The way I look at it, I personally have a Costco membership that I pay $50 a year, and I get nothing but the little plastic card, and I get a discounted shopping. With Young Living, I pay the $50, and I get to choose $50 in oil, and I get my discounted stuff still. So it's a win-win. I do highly recommend you consider, though, looking into Young Living's Essential Rewards. What that is it's your oils your way every single month. The cool thing is between months 1 and 3, you get 10% back. Months 2 to 24, you can earn 20%. And then after you've been on for 24 plus years or plus months, you get 25% back in points. These points get you free products, guys. You get discount shipping rates with this. You get to customize that every single month. It is a $50 minimum. But you get free gifts actually when you order 100, 190, 250, or 300. And here's a great example of our Primo specials we have going on this December. There's no commitment to this, guys, and there's also kits through the ER that you can get at discounted prices as well. And the cool thing is you can go in and adjust. So if it was scheduled to come out on the 15th and you'd rather have your box come on the 25th, you just go into your system, put the 25th, pick out which oils you want, put the 25th, you're good to go. So highly recommend looking into that. It's a great way to continue this journey into becoming toxic free. These are just some great examples, and this is how I've done it over the past year and a half, because I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't afford to literally go in and start changing my soaps and my laundry soaps and my shampoos and every single thing. I couldn't afford it. I just couldn't. But with the Essential Rewards program, what they've enabled me to do doing this is slowly each month I've been able to pick a couple different things and switch over. And in doing that, I've received free oils, and I've received those points that I've been able to use towards some oils that I really, really would like to have. Like helichrysum, you know, that's one of the more expensive oils, and that's when I've been able to save up and get with points. So it's pretty amazing to do that, to get a free bottle. So that is the ways to get started with the company. I thank you guys all so much for coming and joining me this afternoon. If you would like to get started, the best way is... All right. Nice. Yes. So how do I fix it? How do I fix it? How do I fix my microphone? Testing, 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 testing.